It's me. It's 7 o'clock, and I am Johnny on the spot today. I cannot believe it. In the midst of my kids being around and having to deal with my four grandchildren, I am still on time. I think I was very adamant about leaving them at themselves for 1 hour. They're not by themselves, they are with someone, but I am not involved with them right now. But how's everybody doing? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. This is Miss Vintage Wine hosting All in Your Business. And of course, I don't have a lot to talk about, but I do have some things that I do want to talk about. And I guess we're just overwhelmed with what's going on when it comes to the president and things. So there's very little that I can information that I can get pertaining to anything else because I get so distracted by what's going on in the news, especially when they begin to talk about. Well, we have an event coming up that's being hosted by someone else, and this is a soccer event. But it's a big thing. We talked a little bit about that yesterday, where they are anticipating on 300,000 people to attend, and where the person said that he is ready for the influx of people and diseases that may come his way. And I really like that because he's saying, I am ready. He wants the business, he wants to go what's going on, and all of that that comes with the hosting the big game like this. I guess it means a whole lot for the country. I really don't know. I have not been a follower of anything that big, but kudos to them, and anybody that can get there, please support them. Because I think it's great. They are opening their doors and getting ready for the large number of people that they think will participate in their arena today. But I have a couple of things here, and I don't know where I want to start first, but I guess I'll start with typing. Because I am an avid typer, even though I am a retired typist. I did a number of things, but typing is what got me sort of like ahead of the game. Typing and shorthand. That was my thing back in the day. Now it's all phased out, and it's going even further because typing is being changed by whispering of words. The whole concept of typing no longer exists. You can literally talk, and it will type for you. And it's really neat. I haven't experienced it, but it's a lot of things that we are currently doing with AI, which is a lot of my conversation coming up here about the AI group and all of this stuff. But anyway, the typing that we now do at our typewriter keyboards and all of that, it is being changed. It is being taken over by words, the whispering of words. You just sit there and you talk, and it will put the words on paper for you. You can literally print it out when it's done. It's the same as you would do when you get there and put your fingers to work. My words per minute was more like 60, 75 when I was into the typing. 60, 75, and that was on a bad day. It was the 60, but on a day where I was not really concentrating on nothing but just letting my fingers do the work, then I can do 70 easily. But here again, it's no longer needed and it's no longer appreciated. It is being taken over by a whisper of the words. You can talk into the system and it puts it down. Now, I do know that I've experienced some of that already, and I experienced some of this, and this is AI generated stuff, and this is what it's all about: AI information and how it's being taken over, how AI is replacing people. And that's another thing that I have to talk about too. But it's where I have been experiencing it at, just like these lives that I am doing. Even my words are being turned around, or they're not being the articulation. If it's not there, they cannot pick up exactly what you are saying. So it clearly assumes what you are saying and hopefully to get it correctly. But it does tell you that there is a chance that there may be an error. But that's how it works until it gets perfected. I don't worry about it. I just do my thing. It's no big thing. The errors that I see, they and like my name. My name is Miss Vintage Wine, and it's WYNE. They wanted it to. It sounded like, or it didn't make sense. I don't know how it was interpreted, but they wanted it. AI wanted it to be Wayne. WAYNE. And it took me a moment to get it changed. They tell you that you can change it within 30 days. So that's what I did. I had to wait my 30 days to make a change to it. But I clearly knew what I wanted. It just didn't believe I knew what I wanted. So it just gave me what they thought I wanted. So all this ready that I said I was at, I didn't get my wine. So I am going to pour my wine as we talk here, and so I can get my little drink on. I wasn't ready. I had kind of forgotten it. That won't be the first time that I have made it through the through a show and not have my cup of wine. Probably remember it early on when things got started where I forgot to pour my wine, but for the most part, I remember it. That's stupid to have to wait. Stupid to have to wait. Have to wait on what? Miss Ryans, she tells me that's stupid to have to wait. Wait on what? What are we talking about here, ma'am? Just to change your name. Oh! Yeah, it took me 30 days to change my name, and I don't know why. It didn't make sense. And that's the way it is. And then I think with the change, it still has kind of screwed things up for me because Wayne is still out there, and wine is what I wanted to take on. So I think if I look up Wayne, I may find it somewhere, but I'm not going to concern myself with it because I am having several difficulties even with what I have established. So I'm losing data. I try to move data and it won't. And then it apologized to me that we couldn't do this between the fourth and the fifth and the sixth. And it's just a lot of stuff going on. But for the most part, typing is being changed. It's being replaced by a whisper of words. So, and some doctors are using it. I think we need to ask our doctors nowadays. And they said doctors are beginning to use the popular AI. So we need to ask them, what AI feature are you using? I mean, what? I mean, because I don't really quite understand what it gets into when it comes to the doctors, because the way they talk about it, they talk about the positions that are going to be replaced. Let me see. Let me see. Notes. What? There is a list of jobs and things that are going to be replaced. But they says, okay. And this is certain categories. Where is that at? No, I got to find it here. I took notes on it, and I say, and I see. I guess I'll just have to wait till I run across it. But there are a number of positions that they are going to say that they have said that AI have currently taken over. They haven't completely removed them, but there are at least 18 of them. I got them here on my notes, but I'm not quite I guess I'll just have to wait till I run across them in my notes. But residents in Atlanta. We usually have an Atlanta person joining us today. For some reason, she's not here. She was here yesterday. However, she did say that she spent Mother's Day in the hospital. So that could be she's not feeling good today. The reason she's not here. We'll have to check on her and keep her in our prayers to keep an eye on her, see what's going on with it. She's an avid listener, an avid commenter, and an avid supporter. So. But she said that she was ill Mother's Day. So when she joined us yesterday, She wasn't feeling 100, but she was well enough to sit and listen and participate with us as much as she could. That's Miss Glass out of Atlanta. But the reason I was talking about that because I was about to talk about the Atlanta community. And there is a certain area where they say that, let me see, I'll read what it says here. And they refer to it as Waymo drivers. And Waymo is the the vehicle that does not have a driver. So they say, residents say they are waking up to traffic jams of self-driving Waymo vehicles. They are confused by neighborhood signage, driverless drivers, car going rogue. That's how it said. They said they woke up to one day 40 to 50 Waymo vehicles that was jammed and going mayhem, just going in circles, rolling over this and rolling over that, and it was just all clogged up there, bogged up there because I guess they got confused and nowhere to go. However, they did say a couple of months ago that they did have to recall approximately 38,000 of these vehicles, and that was because they did not respect stopping for a bus. That the buses that let children off and on the bus, they didn't recognize the stop for that, and nor did they recognize the stop for emergency vehicles. So that was why they had recalled 38,000 of them, and they said it's no big deal. So no need to worry. It doesn't make sense because you can hit somebody because these kids will run around this car so quickly that you don't even see them. So really, you should keep stand still until the driver of the bus releases you, and he or she will release you by pulling in that stop sign. And this is the stop sign that the Waymo vehicle does not recognize. So that's that's I guess that's interesting news. Those who are trusting the driving of a driverless vehicle. I don't know that I would want to be a passenger in something like that. I don't think I would feel comfortable. And I know, and it got to be taking over jobs. I mean, those who are into the taxi cab business and all of that, it's just doing its thing. So, but anyway, that's what has happened. They said the Atlanta residents are complaining. I was hearing it's like a cricket or something. I keep something keeps distracting me, but and I don't know what it is. But anyway, that's it for the most part of that. The Waymo vehicle, and that's a group out of Atlanta. I guess that's where a great deal of the cars are at currently. We talked about typing changing by the whisper of the words. They also talked about, and this is some more news that I looked up and things that I ran across. And I had to really stop writing and stop reading these things because once you begin to read something and it's probably 2 or 3 pages long, it consumes a lot of your time. So and then even if you want to scam down and get just a little bit of information, I think I might just have to get the headlines and have you guys to take it from there as to what you want to do with the information, because it is I am overloading myself with information. But they said there's a showdown between Musk and this is Elon Musk, and I keep having to read up on him because I am trying to feel him out. I am trying to see if I want to trust him because he is asking for, and it's not a whole lot of money, asking for a $500 investment. He's asking for people to invest $500 in his theory, his ideal of the IT thing that he has going on. He has an envision. He has something that he think a lot of people would be able to profit off of. However, we do know that if he can get 500,000 million or billion people $500, that he will accumulate a whole lot of money. And he's into the space shuttle thing, and he's into the AI, and those are the two things that he are trying to control and monopolize. But anyway, they are talking about the showdown between Musk and his partner. His partner started out as Altman. Now, if you look at anything that went down this weekend with he and the president, because he and the president are in China, and that China has a high tech IT person, and he calls himself a high tech IT person. So I believe he's looking to compare or put knowledge together to do what he got to do to get his business, to broaden his business, or to make his business look much better. He's making it look better by being hell, I don't know what position he held with the president for about 6 months, but it's a part of his resume now. So whatever he clout or attention he needs for that, this is what he has done. Now he is able to jot down this journey with the president as an IT person. That's why he went to China to deal with him and to represent, I guess, the U.S. in a way of speaking, even though it is a money grab thing for him. But bottom line, I was thinking about investing personally myself, $500. And that's a little bit to be asking right now to kind of like, and it's kind of like guaranteeing you some money. It's guaranteed a profit. It's guaranteed a return. Now, I don't know how that can flop on you or go wrong on you. I don't even know who you ask, or I have notes and phone numbers to call when I get ready to make my move. I just want to know that I can believe in him and trust him for the most part of what he is saying. However, with him being a friend of who he is, there are a lot of reservations and questions as to what's going on. But I still haven't ruled it out yet. I still want to fill it out, and they say it's still a good deal. Everything is still on the table because he and this person are currently at odds in court right now, and they are saying. Let me read what they're saying about it because it's really funny. It's really a joke. It's a rich man joke in a way of speaking. Not a joke on them, but the things that they are doing in courts. Slandering each other's character and stuff. It says, showdown between Musk and Altman has rendered the world's most wealthy, comical eye of the court. They are there tearing each other's character apart, talking about each other and doing different things. Somebody, I'll look it up. I have this one word here, and it's a egalitarian, EGALITARIAN. That's one of the words that has been used to say about the judicial eye that's watching them in court. It's just fancying up the judge in a way of speaking, but the spelling of it is EGALITARIAN. I said egalitarian because it's EGAL, egalitarian. So, but anyway, eye of the court. They say they are at war over AI. They are fighting over corporate governance. One wants it, and the other one don't want the other one to have it. At one point, Elon Musk has stepped away from it, and now I guess he's come back into it, say it's a good thing, and now he wants full control of it. But they said the two rich men are in court bickering over governance, over AI. The best way is by taking shots at other each other's character, and that's the way they are performing and behaving in court. And it's got to be a joke. And it's a lot of times that these people are in court saying this and say that. They just say things within the law, right or wrong. If it sounds right and if it's legal, they go for it. And that's basically what I was talking about, what our now president is doing. They was talking about how he has caused a lot of chaos with this redistricting stuff and the things that the turmoil that it has caused, the confusion. Senator Cassidy, he's out of Louisiana, and he is saying that now, keep in mind, the election is supposed to take place May 16th. May 16th. So they're saying that they're talking about all of the confusion. Now, it's a little ways away, but it's not a long ways away to have not to have things in order. But they are saying that it has caused a lot of people to well, I'm not for certain. I really need to look a little bit further into this here based on the information that has been given to me. But Senator Cassidy says changes in the Louisiana May 16th election have caused confusion, disenfranchisement. In other words, the redistricting has caused some unable to cast their vote for their party. Because they have redistricted them and they're not on the ballot to be voted on. And you are now have to go to this destination to cast your votes. And they're saying that the votes are, the paperwork is not complete. What they printed out a week ago is not what's on the ballot now. And they say it's very confusing. But here again, they said the redistricting was gerrymandering, but it's okay by law in some places, so it's no big deal, which is crazy to me because if anything is going to cause confusion within a system that's in place and you suddenly want to make changes, it just doesn't make sense that you will allow such friction and confusion to go take place with something that's supposed to be a model or an icon of the way things are done. I can see where changes have to come about and redistricting take place, but not that close to the election. So, but anyway, that's what has happened. They say 40,000 absentee ballots that had already been received for the race will not be counted. They said they had to not include 40,000 other votes. I think voting is a scam too, and it is. It almost has something to do with money, but and it is. It's getting a big scam, a big joke, and it's becoming even more so. And it's sad to say the way this last election and process went down. That's a good way for you to look at it and a good way to feel. And I would consider, and that's what Miss Ryan said. She said, I think voting is a scam too. And then she also says that AI is very scary. I can see it being used illegally, and it is, and it can. Because I also have some notes here, and I got to really get into the order of my notes. That's crazy. I do this every time, and I just don't believe it. I sit and I took all of these notes, and took notes about the data that we have out here and how we need to change it because we already know that it's being sold to the highest bidder for scam and scammers and all of these frauds and all of these stuff, and these are things that's taking place that we have no control over. And now this is a crazy thing. Now the people of the law that makes the law know this is something that exists. Why would they allow it to even happen? And that's just like the voting process. How can you hold up a process by saying, and all you have to do is say, you cheated. Now we got to investigate your cheating. Now we got to do this here. It's crazy, but that's the way things are going, and it's getting even worse. Let me see, and I have that somewhere. I talked about the prisons yesterday, so that's not one of them. So let me see. Typing is changing. This is by taking shots. Okay, no three. And I was talking about how to remove your personal data from the internet and why you can't afford to wait. Now, that part is a different take on it, but I also was had a note here about removing your. Of course, there's always a fee involved, and it's not something you can just readily do yourself. I mean, you can do it yourself. It's time consuming. You have to contact all of the vendors involved with your loaning process and anyone that you have dealt with and all this stuff, and you are basically asking them to remove your name. It doesn't guarantee that it will be done or how long it will be done. But there is a company out here that is supposed to guarantee that it will help remove your name from the list, but it's a fee, and it's a individual fee, a family fee, and a monthly fee, and an annual fee. So it still is not a one-shot deal. It doesn't last for a very long time if you are on a monthly fee, because if you pay any amount of money, it look like once you remove yourself off the system, it should be a done deal. You shouldn't have to keep on and keep on and keep on doing it. So that's one of the questions or reservations I had for myself. Is it worth it to remove this personal data? But removing personal data, living are being made by selling your personal information for profit. Your phone number, your email, your home address, and your social security number, all for a dollar. You can contact for a fee. So to scammers, spammers, and identity thieves. Your privacy loss is their game. You can remove this data via Incogni. That's the name of the company. Incogni. You can contact this company and they will do it for you. And it's an automated process, but they are guaranteed results. And that's what the support system was saying about this one particular company. If you're interested in it, look it up. But it's no drop in the bucket of its cost. It's at least $40 a month to pay continuously to keep your name and information safe. But you will not be sold to the highest bidder because this is what happens with our information. Everyone that's out here buying, and that's why you keep getting all of these crazy calls and different things. Even the people that are selling insurance and stuff, they're not just getting your name out of the sky. They are pulling your name and they are buying your name from a list just generated. I remember when I was into the insurance business, and depending on how well I was doing, I would get what they call leads, and that's what would happen when I was dealing with the leads. It was putting me in the direction of people that may or may not be interested. Sometimes the information was very old, but I knew right off the bat that information had been purchased to divvy out to people to do what they got to do. But that's neither here nor there because it is a way of business. The calls piss me off. Miss Ryan said, and they do, and they piss me off too. I haven't been in a position because I have worked at a call center several years. I used to do it part-time as a second job. And I did it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday sometime. Definitely Saturday and Sunday I would do it. And I generally was just trying to make more money. It is, and it became useless and not beneficial to me. The money that I was out trying to make, the home was suffering. When I would expect different things to go away. But anyway, that's when I was working at a call center. And I was calling various places. Sometime I was on a credit card business, and sometime I was on insurance business. I was on different kind of depending on what I had going on today. But what used to really piss me off is that we had these so-called experts listening on the other line. And so they would critique you and tell you this and tell you that. And the information that they called themselves trying to critique you on, and it wasn't beneficial to you. It was useless, and they are basically teaching you how to not let the caller go. And that pisses me off really well. When I get done telling you, and I try to be nice to people because I have been on the other end. I have been a caller. If I have worked several call centers, so I would always try and be cordial because it's a job. I wanted to be cordial to the people, and it's someone's job. But anyway, would say certain things where I don't want to talk with you. But sometimes I just straight up hang up on them. Sometimes I can say certain things and know that I don't fit the bill, and well, we can't help you, ma'am, or thanks, but this here. But and so I know how to turn things around, and I know how to deal with things I'm not interested in because I just choose not to be rude. That's all. And I don't know which one is worse, lying or hanging up on them or uh, just hang up, click, or whatever. I don't know, but I just choose to try and sometimes be nice to them. But taking my first sip of wine, and this is Miss Vintage Wine hosting All in Your Business, and we are just talking and talking here. Miss Rhines is here with me now, and she's very busy. Are you in town, or where are you, Miss Rhines? Let me know where you at if you hear me. You're still hanging out, or doing your thing, or en route to a destination, or what's going on. Um, but the Incogni is an automated data removal. Um, IT. It has a built-in, and it's been built by a company called Surfshark. 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 This is the name of the company and the team that does this credit check. It's not a credit check. It's a data thing, and it's telling you about how it's going to remove the data. But if you're interested in it, look them up and see what's going on. It's automated, and it will talk to you and tell you its involvement and how much it costs. Um, but check it out. Let me know what you find out, or if you think about it, or if you even want to indulge in it. I don't think I am just yet. One, because I'm not still in the workforce, so things are not really still under a watchful eye of mine because I don't have a lot to lose. But if I was still working and had a lot of investments going on, I think I would be more involved and in tune to what's going on. And if I do get involved with what I'm thinking about or considering, then I may take him up on it. So who knows? But uh, the American jobs. And here again, we are talking about AI. And it says certain categories of human work that economists clearly want to in put in a basket and mark it not worth paying for because AI can do it. So this is how they are establishing the things that AI can do, and this is the progress that things are taking to put AI in motion. We already know that it's in motion. Antoine Rhymes, we appreciate all that you do, Mom. Thank you. Does that mean I appreciate you too, Mr. Rhymes? Oh, let's say, where are you guys? Still hanging out, or what? Nobody's hanging from the chandelier yet, but I think I'm one step from hanging from somebody from the chandelier, and you guys may know who it is. But I will continue on with my American jobs disappearing. And these are the jobs that AI is going to take over. It says, I'll start back over certain categories of human work that economists clearly want to put in a basket mark not worth paying for because AI can do it. This group includes some outliner models, customer service, sales, administration. These jobs are done from the desk and involve interfacing between people and system. Too soon to panic. There is a list of 18 of them. I didn't write them all down because here again it would have taken a lot of time and information, paper, were writing all of this down. But there were 18 of them that AI is going to or have replaced. Not everyone has taken the opportunity to replace this, but it comes with a lot of secretaries, it comes with a lot of assistants, and it comes with, I mean, they're one of the 18 that's mentioned in there, but it's very hard to say which one and who will take advantage of it. They haven't really talked about the restaurant standpoint. However, I think it may be able, and that would be very difficult for it to be working a customer service cashier section. Now, I can see it perhaps taking orders because I have gone to the machine, and you have to be careful when you place an order through the machine. Sometimes it takes in everything you say, and it's doing two of this and three of this and four of this, and when you get there, your shit is all blown out of proportion. What you intended or wanted, you might have a mountain of it now. So I have experienced those things where you can breathe wrong, and it then took on a soda or a shake or something. But you have to be a little bit more observant of your bill, which I thought was kind of crazy because we now have people shooting and stabbing people because their food is not correct. So this is even more to provoke and piss people off. And it's going to be sad because it's a robot that then jacked you up here, not a person, but it's a safe haven for person. Hey y'all, Miss Viteri, she says, hey y'all, she's on board here, she's just listening. That's her normal process. If she gets home, she just chill out and listen to us. And I thank you for tuning in and for just listening. We were talking about the categories of AI and the group that it's going to work on replacing. And I got 18 of them. I didn't jot them all down, but it's basically saying that it's involving interfacing between people and system. So anything that can remove a person and a robot can do, it will. Because Elon Musk believes that the robots are going to rule the world. So that's crazy, far-fetched, and I can't believe that because anything that's not maintained by man in some form or fashion will malfunction. It just has to. It doesn't make sense. So I can see somewhere down the line it being a good thing, and somewhere down the line it's being something that's out of control, and we got to revert back to the old. Invest my money in, because I'm seriously thinking about investing my $500 with them. And that's what made me. I think did I tell you guys yesterday? I joined the X platform. I didn't give a lot of information, even though it wanted a lot of information. I did give the correct age and birthday and address, but that was it. I didn't go any further with the information it wanted. But I have here also, it says remove personal data. Says remove personal data. Livings are being made by selling your personal information. Oh, I just finished that for profit. Your phone numbers, email, and homes, and all of that stuff. So I did read that. It says for fee. Okay. I'm done with that one because I had gave the name of the surf short company that if you want to look into Incogni, Incogni, Incogni. That's the name of the company. who is doing this data cleanup for you. It's taking you off the register of all of these phone calls. It's making your phone number and emails and all these things go away and not public knowledge for people that are using it. Ms. Hill said they tried to replace workers at Hinkle with robots and it didn't go well. And I can see that. However, I can see how they are determined to make it go well. Because anytime they can, and it doesn't make sense. I don't know how you can take this big loss that the robots are trying to bring robots in because it has to not go well when there's a malfunction and things are not going properly. Then the loads are still sitting there. The product is not moving because they are intervening with something. But that's what he's saying he is going to do, and he sees that as a future. In fact, they say that's why the things are being held up. He and his partner are currently in the system, the court system, the legal system. They are fighting. Each has a different story as to the character of each one, and each one paints a very ugly picture of the other one. And that's the reason why I say I am still trying to figure out if I can trust Elon Musk with my $500. And I couldn't find him if I wanted to. I wouldn't know how to get to him in the event my $500 went the other way. The owner from Germany called it a cancer and gave them 1 week to remove it. I can see it. But this is what's being pushed, and this is why Miss Hill say the owner from Germany called it a cancer and gave them 1 week to remove it, and I can see it because I recall working with the Germans a lot when I was working for the company, and the hours that we had to come in a little early to be on the same page with them and to conduct business. But it was a paperwork process. It wasn't a robot thing. It was so I can see how things would become confusing when you're trying to do things based on robot interpretation. In fact, I was looking at a movie. Has anyone seen this movie where Eddie Murphy plays? He's on the moon. He moved to the moon. You should not trust Elon. Yeah, I know. Miss Hill said he's Trump's friend, and yeah, I know that because he went to China with him just this week. He took Elon Musk as the IT guru, and he wanted to get with China's high-tech person. So I think that he wanted it to go accordingly, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna fly. I don't think China wants U.S. intervention like that. I think they got the world of IT in their hands, and I don't think they need any U.S. Information at all. From what I can tell, hell, the stuff that we can get from China should be getting from here, but we're getting it from China. But anyway, I know quite a few things around here made in China. So, and it always has been because we have always known it's cheaper to get it there. Now, this is the tariff fees that they are now talking about that the president is charging to stop and charge and get these vessels out of the way. So, but right now things are locked up. That's why the gas is so high and all of these things. But all of these things are beyond our control. It's a money game. They are best man win. The president is, Ms. Hill said, parts of Africa ran Elon away from them, and I can understand that. And I love that Ibram, is that his name, Ibram, out of Africa? And I can see where he wants to hold his own. He doesn't need anything America has to offer. And honestly speaking, if I was a different type of person, and I think if I was politically and heavily involved, I wouldn't even still be here because I do know and feel that everything the U.S. put its hands on goes bad. I think we are in for a money grab, and U.S. has this white privilege thing on them, and then they feel like they can go and take what they want. And just, I mean, if I had a choice, I wouldn't be here, but I have no choice. So I'm here and I'll have to die here. But if I come back in another life, it will not be here. So, but anyway, that's the best I know of it. And but I don't have to agree with the things that they're doing, and I don't. I don't really have a say in it because my voting. I want to say that it counts, but honestly speaking, I don't know what it really matters. They were talking about the evangelist group, and my girlfriend, she's an evangelist, and they don't believe in voting and different things because of the judging and the casting and all of that that involves with voting. But remember when I was talking about a lot of the president leaders and the presidential people, the senators, and all of these people that they were in a some sort of a political campaign, a religious campaign, where they were all taking on a religion of their choice and kind of campaigning words around it. Well, Trump. He was the evangelist, and they are, and it's so crazy because he done got with an organization that really don't believe in voting. So, why would you get with those people? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But, and that's one of the reasons why I say I don't try and consume myself with a lot of information. I can't say that it's nonsense, but it is knowledge because I've gotten so much knowledge as to what's going on. In fact, I have been reading and looking at a lot of stuff about um, the the thing that's coming up where these people are hosting for the World Cup event, where they're expecting over 5 million people. Now that was something that I found interesting. But the more and more I looked at it, the more and more I watched it. It's like it began to be an overload of information. I was began to be overwhelmed with information on it. Um, Ms. Hill said parts of Africa. Oh, okay, that's still there. She said that parts of Africa ran Elon away from them, and I can believe that because it's what, and that's why he's going shopping. He's going place to place, and that's why he's on the coattail of the president. Now they're buddies, and they are financial buddies. He probably don't like how he shift to the left or the other one shift to the right. But bottom line, we both shifting and we both have something in common. It's about money. And you can say that you got this much or you may be worth this much, but that's why they got to keep on getting and keep on getting and keep on getting them because sooner or later they can be, I guess, financially set because it doesn't take but a moment to strip you of everything you have. It doesn't take long to strip you of everything you have. So you can never be too rich to be stripped, I don't believe, especially if the federal government wants to go after you. And those are the only ones that can almost strip you down to nothing, especially if you stay within arm's reach of them. You almost have to leave the country to get out of their arms reach, and that's why a lot of people have these overseas accounts and overseas money. I know they were talking about Venezuela, where Trump had gone over there and it's like he almost took the all from them, and I really have to read it to again to see the impact that it done or what's involved, because it's been some time ago when I read it. But I do recall reading it, and he went there and took something, and it has now left him very rich. He has a bank account over there. So whatever's going on, whatever involved, they're playing the money game. So that's the reason I was talking about my $500 investing in these people who don't like each other, but they are in it for the financial gain. I don't want to feel like I sold my soul or my integrity or anything like that. And I don't know if it and it doesn't mean I have to have sold my vote. It just means that I have invested in them in hopes to bring, because they were saying the thousands that it would bring in. And just think, if I can invest $500 and it brings me $10,000, that well, hell, you want to roll some of that over and move it over again and again. I would kind of be the poor person that's in the stocks here. I could just let things keep on rolling and rolling. Well, you did. Yeah, I did that. The one that I invested in, it was a scam. And so that was something that didn't work right. Because the people made it a scam, and that's who make anything not profitable or not work the way that it should. They call them I forget what they call these fast moving fundraisers, or let me see, they are always on these soap operas where they're not really scams, but hedge funds or something they are called. It's fast moving stock. One day you got money, the next minute you don't have money. But it's sort of like a game that is being played with rich people money, and some get caught up in it and some don't. However, my 500 would not be enough to kill no one. 1,500 was not enough to kill anyone. So, but it did leave me cautious of doing it with someone that's in the news. He's in the news. He's constantly in the headlines. It's constantly conversation, and then I am constantly reading too much negative information about him. I think I was talking about. Let me see. It says American jobs with AI exposure really are starting to disappear. Data, and and I think I went to talked about that already. C note number 4. Yeah, I think I did talk about that. To see number 4. It says certain. Oh, I did. I did talk about that. We talked about the removal of the data, and we talked about that. The name of the company. We talked about the cars that were holding up traffic in Atlanta. Waymo is the name of the carless, the driverless, the carless, the car. It's a car without a driver. The driverless vehicle is what it is, and it said that these cluster of cars have been causing a problem, and this is in Atlanta. And this is where they were causing a big problem at, because they were unable to identify when to stop when it came to school buses and emergency vehicles. So it was it showed cars, and the cluster that it showed, it said it had 40 to 50 vehicles all blocked up into one and not knowing where to go. So it showed vehicles going down hills and into the freeway and just all kind of crazy stuff. It showed cars just going around and around in circles, never coming out of it until it got stopped by another vehicle. So it was just like 40 to 50 cars out of control and didn't know how to get themselves out of it. I also have here J.P. Morgan, and I don't know why I have this here, but I think it was anything related to AI, because they said J.P. Morgan sexual assault lawsuit was already a mess. I didn't look into who has the lawsuit going on with J.P. Morgan, but they say with AI involved, it has made it worse. So for some reason, J.P. Morgan took on AI, and I don't know what AI function it could take. If they took it as the legal representation to give them knowledge, to feed them knowledge, or just what it's involved. But it says it was already a mess before they got in there. Now it's a total mess. It's AI is making it worse. So AI has been very negative with the things that I have been collecting, and I think that's one of the reasons why I have been collecting things, because I just wanted to see how far it would go and just what's involved with it. Speaker Real Talk Audio, 72%. So I have something here. There's a little note going on about my speaker information. Uh, Audio, 72%. I don't know. Miss Hill, I heard prisoners are computer driving. I heard prisoners are on computers driving them. Really? That could be the case because it is very confusing. And they say that the computers are not computers, but phones and other types of communication are now free for people in prison. So, if they are been given a job to maintain these things, then I can see it being out of control because they probably don't know or not aware of the revitalizing or the revamping of communities or anything. Hell, I can get lost sometime on with MapQuest when I choose to use it to get me somewhere. I have had it to take me through an alley before. It's like, whoa. But it brought me out to where I wanted to go, but it just didn't make sense that it had brought me through an alley, what looked like an alley to me. But that's what MapQuest did to me. But I know they can get confused or not be aware or updated with certain changes or road blockages or things that have been revamped and no longer this exit, now this exit and stuff. So, but that is crazy. And I don't know how they would expect them to drive them. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I mean, how are they driving it? Ms. Hill says she heard computers. I heard prisoners are on computers driving them. That's like the driving game that I used to play, and I had gotten very good at it. In fact, we used to bet on it. In fact, I had gotten kind of good at it, and I used to play this driving game on the computer, and I had a person, a sponsor, and I mean, this was heavy gambling, but I didn't let them know how good I was until a certain level of money was in place, and then I showed my style of what I had. But and it was basically driving on the computer, and I call stuff like that man against machine, and never that's a no-win situation to me. The machine is going to eventually win. I worked at a place that I felt was man against machine. And my cousin was very apprehensive about me being there, but I had lost my job, and so I was looking for anything necessary. But it was a place where everyone was always going to the hospital hurt of some kind of way. And it was really, and it was man against machine. The machines never shut down. So you were always there and constantly moving and moving and moving and moving. And I felt like it was slavery. I really did. Because you could not be relieved until your replacement came. And if your replacement had any difficulties anywhere else, you were held up until your replacement came. So you had to be very adamant about what you do at any given time. But sound like I have a yelling baby and a bunch of stuff going on here. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening to me. And let me get my music going here. I got something here for you guys. I think we have already kind of talked about it and been through it, but I appreciate it, and this is what's going on with me. So, this is what we're going to do. Listen to it. So what do? I want to marry. So what I do, I want a married woman. Run that by me again, Mr. Michael Moore. So what I do if I want a married woman? Oh, that's a question. So Mr. Moore is asking a question, and he says, so what I do if I want a married woman? So, can we help him out? Can Can we talk about some information? We'll be on here tomorrow now. So take notes and listen. I want to marry a woman. So what do I do? Leave her alone or keep chasing her? See if we can help a brother out. Mr. Moore says he says he wants a married woman, and he asks the question, what do he do or leave alone? Right now, this is my record saying it's time to go. So I thank everyone for tuning in. I thank you for listening to me. I thank you for commenting and hanging in here with me and helping me go wherever it is I want to go. Ms. Hill says leave her alone. That's one person opinion, but we have a lot we can talk about. So keep chasing. Oh, Miss Ryan says keep chasing. So everyone has a different opinion about it. So Mr. Moore, tune in with us again, okay? This is the first time he has come out and said anything, but it sounds like he's been an avid listener. So he's gotten the courage to step up to the plate and say something. So we'll entertain him tomorrow. Okay, guys? Tune in, Mr. Moore, with us. Thank you. See you guys later. It's time to go now. That's the record Mr. Lambert bought me. He told me since I like playing records, he bought the system and he bought the record. We used to have sock hops in his basement, so he knew this kind of information that I like. But anyway, good night, everybody. Tune in tomorrow with us, Mr. Moore. Thank you. Bye-bye.